Ontario's Greenbelt could be open for business as the Ford government flip-flops on protecting the massive swath of land. So right now we're here on the Oak Ridges Moraine. This is a very unique landform in Ontario that naturally cleans our drinking water. This area is also the headwaters to all the rivers that run through Toronto. Now many are saying development here could create more intense flooding events in the GTA.
The Oak Ridges Moraine was formed by glaciers 12,000 years ago that moved sediment and soil and formed the rich land that we have here today.
A lot of what happens here cleans the water that I guess comes through our taps.
That's right. So the Oak Ridges Moraine also is a giant filter. So it filters through the sand and gravel and certainly through the wetlands and the floodplains. All of the water then eventually flows down into the aquifer underneath and flows down into Lake Ontario. So it's a really clean way and an effective way to clean the water.
Susan Walmer has spent more than 15 years protecting the Oak Ridges Moraine. We took a walk along the Humber Riverbank near Nobleton. This is where it begins to flow down to Toronto.
Here's all the various water rivers coming down. The Don here, the Humbers over here, Credits over here, flowing back down into the lake.
Over the last few years, flooding in our city has been getting worse. You may remember the floating GO train of 2015 after the Don spilled over during a torrential downpour. Last summer, dangerously high water levels put sections of Toronto Island right under. Walmer says development here will affect our city.
What could happen if they determine to put development into those floodplains is that it's not going to filter, it's not going to protect the water flowing south. It's just not going to do its job. So we need to be really careful that development doesn't impinge upon the natural functions. This goes right down into Toronto.
Bill 66, otherwise known as the Open for Business legislation, was quietly introduced yesterday just before MPPs rose for winter break. The bill deals with more than 30 regulations in a variety of sectors, including land development and water protection.
We are going to protect the Greenbelt. What this does, though, is give us the opportunity in other areas to ensure that when business wants to locate in Ontario, a new industry wants to locate, that we have the tools to help them locate here quicker.
You may remember back on the campaign trail, the now Premier was caught on tape telling developers that he would open the Greenbelt.
We will open up the Greenbelt, not all of it.
Once the public got wind of this, outrage was swift.
I support the Greenbelt in a big way.
Ford then flip-flopped, promising to protect the land in its entirety. Is this land going to be attractive to developers?
Absolutely. I mean, look around. It's beautiful. It's got the river, it's got forests, it's got scenery, it's got a landscape.
It's right on the highway.
It's right on the highway, 27, 400's just over there, for sure. But it shouldn't be developed.
Now, the bill still has to go through a second reading and won't be debated in the legislature until MPPs are back from winter break. In the meantime, Wilmer will be fighting to protect this land. In Nobleton, Shauna Hunt, City News.